So once we have completed the steps, next step is format. What you will do when you get a old floppy disk drive, right? Now it's not there, or a thumb drive, for example, right? If you want to start doing fresh, you will do a formatting. For that, I need a Hadoop command. Will I be able to type a Hadoop command now? Yes. Why? We already added it into the path and in the profile. So see the steps. So if you are not able to type any Hadoop command, what does that mean? Your path is wrong, or you have not downloaded, your soft link is wrong, something might have happened. So Hadoop, see, everything is coming by a tab key, which means that it is correctly taking it. Okay, Hadoop name node minus format, or minus name node format, I think. Hadoop minus name node format. What it will do? It will go and look at your hdfs site.xml. In hdfs site.xml, you have mentioned that your name node directory and data node directory are in Hadoop's directory. It will go there and flush out whatever journals or whatever it has created previously, if the command is correct. No, the command is wrong. Hadoop name node minus format. Yes. Look at that. It has cleaned now. Everything is cleaned. And now it is ready for use, right? And what is the first command that we should do? Start the DFS followed by start the yarn. How will you start the? This is what you should do every day. Like virtual machine is opening. In the virtual machine, every command is written. But here, you have to start dfs.sh. Similarly, never close the system without stopping the DFS handle. If you are closing the system without properly stopping, what you need to do? Delete that NN and DN, recreate the NN and DN, format it and start it. And all your data will go. So, start dfs.sh. If everything is okay, it will start the data node and the name node, which will be indicated by JPS. Look at that. The data node and name node are started. What is another proof? Remember, in Hadoop 3.1, what was the port in 2.7? 50070. That is changed in 3.1. The port is 9870. Okay, so just go to the browser and check localhost colon 9870 to make sure that you are getting the localhost 8020 and you are getting the details about the data node and the name node. So data node, you see, one data node is there, capacity is too high and all those things because it's a new system, right? So she has got all the places and all these things. If this thing is coming perfectly, what does it mean? All your commands are correct. Now the difficult part is start yarn.sh. See, automatically by tab everything is coming. So tell me what you will do when you are stopping. Which you should stop first? Yarn you should stop first. What you started latest, you should stop. How will you stop it? Stop yarn.sh and stop dfs.sh. So now I am starting yarn. If you are getting any password or anything that anything of that sort, what does that mean? You have not created the keys and did not put it in the pub directory and all. Okay, it should not be so fast. I think something is wrong. Okay, no, very good. Resource manager is started. Node manager is started. Everything is fine now. Now you can go to 8088, which is your favorite directory where you will be looking at the MapReduce programs. You will not see any programs, but you should get the screen, which means that your Hadoop installation is Perfect. When you run the MapReduce program, it will come here. Unfortunately, you will not be able to run a MapReduce program. Why? Because there is one more step that you need to do. That's why we have disabled CSR util in the beginning. That is a bug fix in the map, in the Mac. Sorry, okay, and it is written in page 8, as you can see here, a bug fix below, right? It expects a soft link for Java inside /bin/Java. Okay. First of all, let me check whether is there anything in your /user/bin/Java. Yes. All the Java is here. Very good. Now what I am going to do is I am going to type sudo ln-s. I am creating a soft link. For what I am creating a soft link? For my Java, user/bin/Java. Where I am creating it, always remember that the place where you are creating the soft link is the last parameter. People always will interchange it and it will be completely gone. /bin/Java. You cannot do this command if you have not disabled CSR util. So CSR util is forcing the Mac that nobody can do anything on bin. You know why? All the virus and all the anti-software will go to bin. So they have protected it for you. But for us, we have removed that protection. Okay. And now press enter to type your password. So that now you create a soft link which is pointing to the directory. Yeah, it is already existing. I think she has already done it. Okay. So let us do that ls /bin/Java and let us check whether it is pointing to ls-l/bin/Java. It must point to, see, it is already existing. So everything is good now. We are going to write a MapReduce program. For finding the MapReduce program, what we need to do? We have to create a twinkle.txt and then run it, right? Remember the examples, right? We have to run the examples. Where are the examples? Remember the find command, right? Find -iname and then you are getting that examples directory. But once you are familiar with Hadoop, you will know where is that examples directory. So I am directly going there to that particular place. But before that, let us create a file. So I am going to create mkdir samples, okay, and inside the sample let us create vi twinkle.txt, okay, twinkle.txt, and inside the twinkle.txt let us write twinkle twinkle little star, right, twinkle twinkle little star, and then come out of this particular file. So I have got twinkle.txt, and then what I need to do, my resource manager, node manager, everything is running. So Hadoop fs -mkdir, I am going to call this particular directory as November, what is the date? November 19, right? And I created a directory. If it is successful, it will create, okay? Hadoop fs -mkdir, sorry, it is a Mac. So what you need to do? You must put a slash. If it is Cloudera, you don't need, remember that. So I created /November 19, and then what I need to do? Hadoop fs -put the twinkle.txt to /November 19, right? November 19, and then press enter. Hadoop fs -ls /November 19. I should see the twinkle.txt, which means that perfect, our data node, name node, everything. So we have the file. Now let us go to our MapReduce example. Where is your Hadoop installed? In cdlib. Where? Hadoop 3.1. Where? In the share folder. If you go to Hadoop and if you go to MapReduce, you will see the MapReduce examples.jar file. Once you are familiar, you will understand how to go here. Okay? I know it very well. That examples will be always kept inside this. Okay, I'm copying that file, and then I'm going to write what? Hadoop jar, the examples.jar file. The name of the program is word count. The directory is November 19, and I want the output in. Don't forget to put the / November 19 out and press enter. right? If your installation is perfect, you should not be getting any error, and you should get it. See, it has got an error. The error is pre-launch error. etc contains the below configuration. So there is something wrong in the MapReduce site.xml. That is what it is telling. So it didn't execute at all. So there is some problem with the MapReduce site.xml. The best way is that delete that MapReduce site.xml. We don't need it. Why? Because it will use the default. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I will go here, and then I am going to go to cd, where is it? cd lib, cd hadoop 3.1 and cd etc, cd hadoop, and then ls. I am going to remove, okay, MapReduce site.xml. Can I remove it?
No, it is not.
Yeah, it is there. Let us remove, and then let us see. Okay. Oh, I should have created a backup. Then we will go back, and then we will go to the lib directory, and then the Hadoop directory, and then share directory, and then MapReduce directory, right? Hadoop directory, and then the MapReduce directory, and we'll execute the code again, and then see what is the problem. Beautiful. What happened? Hadoop fs minus ls slash nov 19 out. And Hadoop fs minus cat slash November 19 out, November 19 out slash part star. Happy? So all the MapReduce is running. And now if you go to localhost 8088, you will see one entry there because you executed the word count program, and it is success. Anytime when you want to install. Okay, this is what the consultants charge for 1 month, 2 months time. Okay, but you should be knowing it completely, right? Next is installing Hive. What is the basic thing that you need for Hive? Metastore. So I have to install MySQL. So let us check whether she has MySQL. Not at all. So what we need to do is going here and then installing MySQL. So I'm going to check install MySQL Mac, and then press enter. Installing MySQL on Mac. Okay, version 5.6. DMG file community available. Okay, click on here, and then installation for MySQL. Let us do a little bit older, 5.6. Operating system is community server 5.7. Yeah, Mac OS. So you can see that DMG is the executable for Mac. I'm going to click on download, right? And no thanks, just click on just start the download, right? And then make sure that it is downloaded. Here you go. It's a huge file. And while I'm doing that, we can install a tool also. It's very easy if you are having a tool. So MySQL Workbench is the tool that we are going to use. So MySQL Workbench, download Mac, and then press enter. Download MySQL Workbench, and then where is the download? Download MySQL Workbench. MySQL Workbench, and Mac OS is automatically selected, and click on that one download, and then no thanks. The community edition is also getting downloaded. So we have 2 downloads. The first download is over. Click on that. The package, double click, continue, continue, agree, and make sure that use password. Okay, give your password, Darshi. Okay, look at that. Very, very important message. You should never ever skip this. It is telling a temporary password is generated for root at localhost. I am going to copy it. If you miss this, it's very difficult to get it. You'll have to go to logs and all those things. And I'm going to go to text edit. Can you please plug in the charger? Text edit. And in the text edit, I'm going to keep that file. Oh. File, new. Yeah, give me. There. Yeah, just pull it to near. Pull that plug to near. Yeah. Thank you. Fine. First one is fine. Yeah, that's fine. All right. So we got that password also, and it is a temporary password generated, and we have copied that particular one without any problems, and then click OK, and then click close. Okay, and move to trash all the installer files. I don't want these installer files anymore, and then eject that one. Okay, eject, gone. Next, we have got another installer which might have completed now, and then we install that MySQL workbench. All right, and double click and double click. I think it will ask for a password. Complete. Your workbench is also ready. Eject this one. We don't need it. We just installed a database. I'm closing this window, and don't change this particular one. I'm going to save it into the desktop so that we need it later. That is the temporary password. Okay, important. Okay, I'm going to just save it here. Okay, so important is already there, so that nothing is going to happen for that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the MySQL workbench. Click on open. MySQL workbench is started now, and MySQL connections, I'm going to add the connection, and please look at this. The connection name, I'm going to call it as Darshika, and this is localhost, and the username is root, and the password it is asking, right? Wait, that is not. Change it. How to change that one? Okay, wait a minute. Root. Okay, let me test the connection. Failed to connect with the user root. 3306 standard TCP IP, and then root, and I want to change the password. Okay, wait a minute. Cancel, and I'm going to cancel it. You may need to do something here, that I'm opening a terminal. Okay, and I'm going to type MySQL minus u root minus p. MySQL is not installed. Where did it go? I think there might be a restart needed for starting it the service. Okay, let's check what is needed. Okay, so MySQL how to start Mac. Sudo and stop restart. Okay, and how to stop on MySQL captain and Rosemine. You have to go to sudo user local mysql.start. Okay, and then start stop, right? So you have to remember this, Darshika. You have to start the MySQL. I'm putting in this important note. Okay, so sudo MySQL start. Let us try this one. Okay, Control C, and then look at this. Okay, that is user sudo password. Don't give MySQL password. It is asking sudo password. Sudo is the root.
Bye.
Enter.
Hold on. I need to put it one more time. Will the delete work?
No. Okay, enter. Okay, type again. Look, now it has started successfully. Okay, now if I type MySQL minus u root minus p, user local, oh, slowly local, MySQL plus MySQL minus u root minus p. Now it is, now it is asking the MySQL password. You should be very careful. Sudo password is different from MySQL password, and that's what we copied here. And we are going to copy that and then type here root at localhost minus p. This is the problem. Now you have to correct that one. MySQL minus u root minus p, and then what is the default password? Why that is not working? Is it there is a space or anything? No. See, someone small step is screwing up. Control C. Yes. So I connected it. So you have to be, I think space or something was coming in. Okay. Now you connected it and nothing will be there inside that, right? What I'm going to do is I am changing the password. Okay. So let us look at the command change password for MySQL root first time, and then press enter. Flush privileges, then change the root password, replace the MySQL flush privileges, change the root at local. Okay, let's look at the command. Okay, alter user identified by new pass. That is what you have to write. Root at localhost identified by, and I am going to give the password as root so that you will never forget. User ID and password is root. Okay, so I am also using the same thing so that you will not forget. Remember, this is different from your this thing. So identified by, and is there a single quote needed? Let me check. Okay, yeah, single quote is needed, and then I am going to write root. So we are now changing the user ID and password of the root, right? Press enter. Query is okay. Exit. Again execute. Done. So now it is root and root. Okay. Leave the MySQL running. And what we are going to do is, we are going to start MySQL Workbench now. Now you see the fun. See, it is already showing 3306 and it is showing root. Click on that, and what is the password of root? Yay, you can write now any MySQL command there. Correct? So you created root at localhost as the user ID and root is the password. Remember, you told that you will connect only from this machine. So another machine, if you are connecting, it will not work. Even if you are connecting by root, because I told root at localhost. So it is very secure. We are going to use this as the meta store. So what I am going to do, I am going to create a new schema. How will you create a schema? Right click. Where to create a schema? File. No. Right click here. No. This one, dashboard, performance, server status, client connections, users and privileges. Okay, one thing that you can do is that wherever that root is there, no, that account limits, please increase this to some 50,000. Sometimes you will get an error. So I am putting 50,000 because the number of connections from Spark and all, if you are doing parallel connections, it will be very high, right? So please make sure you are putting that 50,000, 60,000. Administrative roles, everything is there. Schema privileges, everything is there. Login, it is from localhost and the password is there. And there is no expiry for the password at all. Okay. Account limits, make sure everything is 50,000, 50,000, and then click on apply. Don't forget to click on the apply. Yeah, number of connections. Yes. Okay. Just make it as maximum value. That's all. Okay. Now we need to create a schema. How will you create a schema? Create database is the command, right? Create database. I am going to call it as meta store, and then execute it, and then refresh it. There you go. Meta store is created. Are you seeing on the left hand side? And there is no tables inside that. Look at that. If I look at tables, nothing is there inside. We will tell Hive to use metastore schema as the metadata. Remember, for Hive metastore is there. How will you do that? First, you need the MySQL JDBC client jar file to be kept in Hive's lib directory. So we are going to download the next thing, that is MySQL JDBC driver, and then press enter. You will see connector J, and connector J, select the operating system. Why selecting operating system is coming? It is jar file. Platform independent. I selected platform independent, and you will see platform independent. There is a tar file. Download. Okay. No thanks. Oh, it is 8.0.13. No problem. Okay, and then see whether it is downloaded or not. Yes, it is already downloaded. It's a very small file. It is a tar file. Okay, it is in downloads. Okay, so I'm opening a new window, terminal, new window, yeah, new tab, and inside that what I'm going to do is that where I need to go, cd lib, cd hive, cd conf, oh sorry, not conf, cd lib. Where am I? Am I in Hive? Yeah. cd lib ls. You see, all jar files are there. What I'm going to do? cp downloads slash MySQL connector to here. But it's a tar file. So what do we need to do? Tar xvf. Okay, it created a directory. I don't want that directory. What is the directory that is created? It is created MySQL connector. The jar file is there. Metadata storage and MySQL connector. There is a directory also getting created. We need to remove that directory. Inside the directory, there will be the file. Okay, so cp MySQL connector jar slash, where is it? Where is it? See the jar file? MySQL connector jar file 2 dot. You understand what I'm doing, right? I copied it. So it is there in Hive. Now we have to write the Hive site.xml. Like MapReduce site.xml, Hive's configuration is there in Hive site.xml. And what are you going to write in Hive site.xml? What is your metastore? So we are going to go to etc, and there is no Hive site. Okay, cd conf ls, and you see here there is Hive default XML template. Did you see that? cp Hive default .xml template to Hive site.xml. That is why they have given you the template. vi Hive site.xml. Nothing is there. Hive execution parameter, that's all. Okay. Now go to the Google. How to write Hive site.xml metastore MySQL and press enter. Configuring Hive metastore. And you will see all the documentations and all. And then all the steps that we have done is there inside this. JDO option and connection driver, connection username, connection password. So create schema, auto create is false. Why auto create is false? Anyway, we don't need to do all that properly. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, and 4 and Control C. And then I'm coming here and I'm making sure that there is no problem in copying it. So leave all these things here. And everything should be property. No mistake at all. See, property, 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 property. And JDBC colon MySQL. I have to write what is my host name. Local host. And what is my port? 330/. And what is the schema that we created? Metastore. And connection driver name, no change. Connection username. What is our username and password that we created? Root. And the password is Hive site.xml is over. Now we have to initialize Hive's metastore. There is a tool called schema tool. So what you need to do next? Schema tool. Initializing MySQL. See, I don't study anything. I just remember and go to Google and then do it. You should know the steps, that's all. That will come by experience. Okay, when you are coming down, you will see the schema tool, and then you can see schema tool is using, can you see it or not? You can see that schema tool is this one, and it supports MySQL, Derby, all these kind of databases, and it is telling you that how to use it. And if you just come here, you will see minus DB type init schema. So what I need to do here, I have to copy this particular line, and what I'm going to do, I come here and then I'm going to write this one, and I'm going to change what? It will go to Hive site.xml. It will find out what is your user ID password, and it will connect to MySQL, and it will create all the tables that are needed. Remember, if anything mistake or anything, you'll have to delete everything again. See? Got error. When I copied that, some problem. So, vi hive site.xml. There is a problem. Property, 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 and property, property. Let me do one thing. I'm going to delete everything else. Escape. 100 DD. 100 DD. 100 DD. 100 DD. 200 DD. 500 DD. 200 DD. 500 DD. See how much line is there. Okay. And I'm going to tell that, okay, the property is over, and I have to finish the configuration. Remember, configuration is the one which is started on the top, and all the remaining are commands from here onwards. Right? So maybe we'll delete that also. Okay. Ooh. Beautiful. Yes, it is running. That's how. And now go to the MySQL. You want to see the magic? Refresh. Your Hadoop and everything is running, right? Okay, so that's also now working. So Hive is completed, Hadoop is completed. What is remaining? Spark, right? What do you need to do for Spark? Hive site.xml, you have to copy to Sparks, because Spark SQL context, everything is relying on Hive. So what I'm going to do is Control D, clear. So tell me what are the things that you need to do before you are starting and using it. Start dfs.sh, start yarn.sh, go to user / local / bin and MySQL you have to start. Otherwise, your system will not identify MySQL. If it is not identifying when you restart it, then everything is available. Hive command prompt you can start, or beeline you can start. Okay. Now you are running on the real Hadoop. It is not a virtual machine now. It is a real environment. Okay. Now we need to write Spark. Right? For that we have to what do we do? Hive site.xml and MySQL jar file. Because the jar file also you need to copy. So how will you do that? cp, okay, where /tilde/ lib /hive /conf /hive site.xml to where lib /spark /conf and from here lib /dar to Spark / there is no lib unfortunately in Spark. What is it called? Jars. You should remember that. Copied? Darshika. So Spark installed, right? Is your Scala available now? Val s equal to